Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hidden U.S. Coins, the home of trust, truth, and treasures hidden in plain sight. What if I told you that a single coin, sitting quietly in someone's pocket decades ago, could today unlock a fortune that feels almost unreal? What if inside an old jar of pennies, forgotten in the attic, lies a piece of metal that can change lives overnight? This is not a story of fantasy, it is the reality of American coinage. Today, I am going to reveal to you three of the most ultra-rare, most astonishingly valuable Lincoln wheat pennies that are shaking today's auction market with dollar figures so massive, they sound like a dream. Stay with me till the very end, because each coin I reveal is rarer, more powerful, and more breathtaking than the last. This video is not just about coins, it is about history, hidden wealth, and treasures that can redefine what is possible in your life. So fasten your seatbelt, because this journey will take you deep into the heart of numismatic mystery. First, coin number 1. Now, let's begin with our very first marvel. It may look humble at first glance, a Lincoln wheat penny, dated 1937, without any mint mark. But don't let its simple look deceive you, because behind its plain face lies a story of history, artistry, and a value so staggering that collectors around the world are fighting to get their hands on it. The year 1937 was a time of recovery for America. The Great Depression had shaken families, and the nation was slowly finding its footing again. Pennies back then were more than just coins, they were symbols of endurance, of the working man's struggle and hope. Struck in bronze, these wheat pennies carried the now iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with wheat ears framing the words 1 cent on the reverse. The 1937 issue was minted at several locations, but the one without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. And this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. Unlike other coins of the era, the 1937 no mint mark variety that survived in extraordinary condition stands out for its visual beauty. Imagine holding a coin nearly 90 years old, yet still shining with a golden shade that seems to glow when the light hits it. That golden hue, a rare tone developed naturally over decades of preservation, gives this penny an almost royal aura. It is not just a coin anymore, it is a piece of art, aged like fine wine, becoming rarer and more desirable with each passing day. Collectors know that condition is king, and this particular 1937 penny in extra fine condition rises far above ordinary circulation finds. Very few exist with such sharp details, crisp edges, and a golden luster that feels alive. The rarity here is not just in the date, it is in the survival of such pristine beauty from a time when pennies were heavily used every single day. Think of it. Millions were minted, but almost none remain like this. And that's why the demand is exploding in today's auction houses. So, how valuable is this treasure? Are we talking a few $100s? A couple of thousand? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself. The current market value of this very coin, in this very condition, is soaring around $117,500. Yes, you heard me right, one single wheat penny, just a cent in its time, now commands a six-figure price that is nothing short of a golden treasure. This isn't hype. This isn't fiction. This is the truth, and the market value keeps rising day after day. Imagine holding a penny that equals a fortune, a treasure chest in the palm of your hand. That is the magic of numismatics. Collectors, the lesson here is clear. Condition, rarity, and unique characteristics like toning can transform an ordinary coin into a priceless asset. If you come across a 1937 wheat penny without a mint mark, don't dismiss it as pocket change. Study it, preserve it, and have it evaluated by professionals because you might be holding a key to immense wealth. Protect it in a proper holder, avoid unnecessary handling, and keep an eye on the market because the future of this coin's value is only going higher. In conclusion, this coin is not just a piece of metal. It is history you can hold, wealth you can see, and a treasure you can pass down for generations. To own it is to own a part of America's spirit, a spirit that survived hardship and now rewards us with unimaginable value. And remember, here at Hidden U.S. Coins, I bring you truthful, faithful, and fresh updates every single day so you never miss the next treasure that could change your life. Next coin 2. Now, if the 1937 wheat penny left you stunned, prepare yourself, because our second coin carries with it an aura of almost mystical rarity. This is a coin that has become the center of bidding wars in today's auction market. And when you hear its story, you'll understand why collectors are calling it one of the most breathtaking Lincoln wheat pennies of the modern era. The year was 1958, a time when America was standing on the edge of a new horizon. The space race was heating up, Families were prospering in the post-war boom, and pennies were still struck with the classic wheat reverse design that had become a national symbol of endurance. By 1959, the reverse would change forever to the Lincoln Memorial, marking the end of an era. That makes 1958 the very last year of the legendary Wheat Penny series, and this final year issue without a mint mark is like the curtain call of a masterpiece. At first glance, the 1958 with no mint mark penny may seem like any other. But when you look closer at this particular example, you realize it is anything but ordinary. Struck in Philadelphia, this coin has survived decades in uncirculated fine condition, a state that almost defies time itself. While countless 1958 pennies were used, worn, and eventually discarded, this one remains nearly flawless with crisp details of Lincoln's portrait and sharp, unblemished wheat ears on the reverse. And then, there's the true magic, its gray wave toning. That subtle, natural wave-like pattern across its surface gives the coin a unique, almost oceanic glow, as though history itself washed over it and left behind a shimmering signature. Collectors go wild for this kind of natural toning, because no two coins age in the exact same way. It turns a common coin into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Rarity is not just about the date, it is about survival. While millions of 1958 pennies rolled off the presses, very few survived in such immaculate, uncirculated condition, untouched by circulation and blessed with distinctive toning. The fact that this coin is the final chapter in the wheat penny story only heightens its desirability. Collectors know they are not just buying a coin, they are buying the end of an era. The last heartbeat of a design that carried America through 2 world wars, the Depression, and into the modern age. So, how much is this legendary piece commanding in today's fevered auction market, where the excitement truly peaks? Hold on tight, because the current market value of this treasure is an astonishing $123,000. Yes, a single penny, just 1 cent to the average eye, has transformed into a 6-figure fortune that can rewrite your destiny. This is not exaggeration. This is the truth backed by real sales and collector demand. And remember, values like these are not static. They climb higher and higher as time passes. This coin's price is not a ceiling, it's a rocket, and it hasn't stopped climbing yet. Owning it is like holding a treasure chest that grows richer every year. For collectors, the takeaway here is crystal clear. Never underestimate the power of condition and originality. If you encounter a 1958 wheat penny without a mint mark, study its surfaces carefully. Look for sharp details, natural toning, and above all, preservation. Coins like these are magnets for demand because they are not only scarce, they are historically pivotal. Protect them, certify them with a trusted grading service, and know that you are safeguarding a piece of American history that is also a vault of wealth. To conclude, the 1958 with no mint mark. Wheat penny is not just a coin. It is the finale of a legendary series, captured in breathtaking condition, carrying the story of America into collectors' hands. Owning one is like owning the very last chapter of a priceless book, a chapter whose words are written not in ink, but in bronze. And here at Hidden US Coins, I bring you these stories faithfully, freshly, and with the promise of truth, so you always stay one step ahead in discovering treasures that the world thought were long forgotten. Next coin 3. And now, my friends, we arrive at our third and final marvel of the day, a coin that has collectors across the nation whispering its name like a secret passed down in hushed tones. If the 1937 and 1958 wheat pennies felt like treasures from another world, then the coin I am about to reveal is nothing short of a crown jewel. This is the 1956 with D wheat penny, a piece that at first might seem ordinary but in truth carries a story and a value that will leave you absolutely breathless. The mid-1950s were a fascinating chapter in American history. The nation was thriving, the economy was booming, and families were dreaming bigger than ever before. Coins struck during these years were not just currency, they were daily symbols of prosperity. The Denver Mint, represented by the small D mint mark below the date, produced countless pennies in 1956. But here's the truth. While millions were made, only a rare handful survived in the kind of condition and beauty that turns heads today. And among those, this particular 1956 with D wheat penny stands apart like a shining beacon. Look closely, and you will see why. This coin has an unmistakable grayish tone, a delicate patina formed naturally over decades, giving it a mature elegance that collectors crave. It's not the dull gray of wear, but rather a rich, smooth surface that makes the coin appear almost sculpted by time itself. Its details remain sharp, with Lincoln's portrait proudly staring forward, the wheat stalks at the back standing firm as symbols of America's resilience. It is fine in condition, yet its look is beautiful, almost poetic like history captured in bronze. What makes this coin truly electrifying is not just its physical beauty, but its rarity. The Denver Mint issued millions, but very few were preserved with such grace, and even fewer have risen to the spotlight in today's competitive market. Collectors crave coins that stand out, that carry both story and survival, and this 1956 with D fits that bill perfectly. Each year that passes, the number of coins like this shrinks even more as time takes its toll. That's why demand has skyrocketed, because collectors know this isn't just a coin, it's a disappearing treasure. And now comes the moment you have been waiting for, the revelation of just how valuable this gem has become. The current market value of the 1956 D wheat penny in this condition is an incredible $134,000. Yes, a single penny, struck almost 70 years ago, now commands a six-figure price tag that rivals treasures locked away in museums. This isn't an exaggeration, it isn't fiction, it is the very truth of today's auction market. And mark my words, this value is not done climbing. The market is alive with hunger for these coins, and their prices are soaring higher every season. Owning one is like holding a living treasure that grows more valuable as time moves forward. For collectors, the message is clear. The 1956 with D is not a coin to overlook. If you find one, do not toss it aside as ordinary pocket change. Inspect it closely, protect it carefully, and get it graded. The D mint mark makes it a vital part of numismatic history, and its condition and toning can transform it into a priceless asset. Coins like these are proof that the smallest objects can hold the biggest fortunes, if only they are preserved and recognized for what they truly are. In conclusion, the 1956 with D wheat penny is not just a fragment of currency, it is a relic of prosperity, a work of art crafted in bronze, and a treasure chest disguised as a cent. It proves once again that hidden within America's history are treasures waiting to be discovered by those with eyes sharp enough to see them. And here on Hidden US Coins, I promise to keep bringing you these faithful, truthful, and fresh stories every single day, so you never miss your chance to uncover the treasures that may just change your life forever. Friends, Hidden US Coins is here to bring you the truth, the excitement, and the latest updates every single day. Subscribe, stay tuned, and join me on this journey, because tomorrow's treasure could be revealed in the very next video. Remember, never underestimate a penny. Because in the world of rare coins, that 1 cent could be the key to a fortune beyond your wildest dreams.